That night I went home and pulled out my old laptop from the back of my drawers. A laptop that had never seen my work's Wi-Fi, never been linked to my work's email, and never seen the inside of Eleanor's world, just in case. I plugged in the flash drive and there were 3 folders. The first one was labelled Daniel and I clicked. Inside was everything that made up his online dating profile. All of the pictures, a mock-up of his bio, and then all of the saved conversations between him and other women, and then a saved conversation between me and him. Everything that we had ever said, everything I'd divulged, every vulnerable moment I'd had with him, I realised wasn't with him. It was with Eleanor the whole time. She chose me. She planned the date with me, and he just turned up. I closed the folder already shaking, and then I opened the second, which was titled Employees. My stomach dropped. This was a catalogue. Every single person in this company had a file, case study style, personality types, emotional triggers, habits, weak points. Every insecurity laid bare like dissected insects. And then I found mine. My name, my face, and my entire past tracked and mapped like a target. There were red notes scrawled across the top like a twisted research project, and I took note of them just in case. It said, subject is reward responsive. Praise plus validation equals dependence. Push/pull ratio increasing effectiveness. Controlled isolation. Seeks maternal approval figures. Leverage. This wasn't just manipulation. This was conditioning. Draw them in with affection. Pull away with coldness. Make them need your approval like air. It was all written out, all planned, and it had worked. At this point, I just wanted to throw up, but instead I closed the folder and opened a third, which was titled Sparrow. I very quickly realised that Sparrow was a nickname for me. There were pictures, hundreds of pictures of me. Pictures of me on a romantic weekend getaway with Daniel. Taken from a distance, pictures that we didn't take. Intimate moments inside the hotel. Again, pictures we didn't take. And then it got worse. As I scrolled down, I started to find pictures of me on my own in my apartment. Getting changed, eating alone, sleeping. The angle of the pictures only made sense for them to have been taken from inside of my apartment. I grabbed my phone to call Daniel, but his phone was off. Actually, I called him every hour that night. He didn't turn his phone back on. The next day I went into the office, and I know that sounds crazy. I don't really have an answer as to why I went in the office. I just felt like I had to, like I couldn't not, you know? So I went in, I kept my head down, and I didn't look at anybody. And then at lunchtime, I approached one of the girls in marketing, and I asked her a few questions, quietly, but casually. How long have you worked here? What do you think of Eleanor as a boss? And this girl came back and said she had worked here for 7 years. Eleanor was her best friend. And actually, Eleanor had changed her life. I am now more confused than ever. So I approached somebody else, somebody from accounting, and I asked the same questions. And you know what? I got the exact same answers. Same blank smile. Same script. I left the office and made contact with some of Daniel's friends. None of them had seen or heard from him. In fact, the last time that they had seen or heard from him was the day he gave me the flash drive. At this point, I knew exactly what I needed to do. I called the police and I told them everything. Everything that Daniel had told me, everything that was on the flash drive. They agreed to meet at my apartment in 20 minutes. I was going to hand over the flash drive and make my statement. But 20 minutes later, when I walked into my apartment with 2 police officers following me, I went straight to the drawer to retrieve the flash drive. And it was gone. I swear to you, I turned my whole apartment upside down. It was gone. Someone had taken it. And I knew who. And now all I had left was my word. No proof, no Daniel, no witnesses. No help. The police were polite, sceptical, told me there was nothing they could do with just my word, and they left. I haven't been back to work since. Not yesterday, and not today. Eleanor has called me 13 times. I've not picked up. If I'm honest with you, I am so scared. Maybe this is all part of it. Maybe she doesn't actually have to do anything anymore. Maybe this is just part of her final phase. We destroy ourselves trying to figure out if she's still watching or if we've just lost our minds. Or maybe she is out there. Maybe she is waiting. Maybe she did do something to Daniel. And maybe I'm next.